Depression isn't just a fleeting feeling. It's a complex illness that alters the very structure of our brain. Imagine your brain's chemistry shifting, affecting everything from your mood to your immune response. It can disrupt your sleep, leaving you exhausted, and even manifest as chronic pain. This isn't just about feeling sad. It's a physical change that can impact your overall health. Understanding these connections is crucial, whether you're navigating your own experience or supporting someone you care about. Let's dive into how these changes unfold in the brain and body. Overthinking isn't just thinking too much. It's like being stuck in a mental loop. I find myself replaying past mistakes, wondering why did I say that, or what if they hate me now? Then there's the future, worrying about what could go wrong. What if I fail? It's exhausting. I overanalyze every little thing, try to decode people's behavior, and I struggle to make decisions, constantly seeking reassurance. It feels like I'm problem solving, but really I'm just paralyzed by my thoughts. It's a cycle that keeps me from moving forward. Overthinking. It's something we all do, but have you ever stopped to wonder why? It's fascinating, really. Our brains are wired to protect us, and overthinking is just one of the ways we try to do that. Think about it. When we overthink, it's like our mind is saying, if I could just think through every possible scenario, maybe I can control the outcome. It's a misguided attempt to shield ourselves from pain or disappointment. At the heart of overthinking is anxiety. We crave control, and when we feel like we don't have it, our minds go into overdrive. We replay conversations, analyze every word, and imagine all the ways things could go wrong. It's exhausting, and yet we convince ourselves that this mental gymnastics is productive, but in reality, we're just spinning our wheels, stuck in a cycle of worry. Fear of failure or rejection plays a huge role too. We've all been there, hesitating to take a chance because we're terrified of what might happen if we fail. So we overthink every decision, every move, trying to predict the outcome. It's like we're trying to build a safety net, but instead we end up trapping ourselves in a web of doubt. Perfectionism is another culprit. The desire to get everything just right can lead to endless rumination. We set impossibly high standards for ourselves, and when we inevitably fall short, we spiral into self-criticism. It's a vicious cycle. The more we strive for perfection, the more we overthink our shortcomings. And let's not forget about past trauma or unpredictability. If you've experienced something painful or chaotic, it's natural to want to avoid that feeling again. So your mind goes into overdrive, analyzing every possible outcome to prevent history from repeating itself. But this constant state of alertness can be paralyzing. Instead of moving forward, we find ourselves stuck in the past. Social conditioning also plays a role. From a young age, we're taught to be careful to avoid mistakes. Don't mess up, they say. This creates a mindset where we feel the need to overanalyze our choices, fearing judgment or criticism from others. We internalize these messages, and they fuel our overthinking. But here's the kicker. Overthinking tricks us into believing we're being productive. We feel busy, like we're solving problems, but in reality, we're just prolonging our stress. It's a false sense of accomplishment. Instead of finding solutions, we become paralyzed by our thoughts. So how do we break this cycle? It starts with awareness. Recognizing when you're overthinking is the first step. Challenge those thoughts. Ask yourself, is this really productive? Am I solving a problem or just creating more anxiety? It's about learning to let go of the need for control and embracing uncertainty. Remember, it's okay to not have all the answers. Life is unpredictable, and that's part of what makes it beautiful. Instead of getting stuck in the loop of overthinking, try to focus on what you can control in the moment. Take a deep breath, ground yourself, and take that next step, however small it may be. You might just find that the world isn't as scary as your mind makes it out to be. Overthinking. It's like a mental hamster wheel that just won't stop spinning. You know that feeling when you can't make a decision? You weigh every option, analyze every outcome, and before you know it, you're completely drained. That's decision fatigue. It's exhausting, and it leaves you second-guessing every choice you make. You start to doubt yourself, wondering if you're capable of making the right call. Then there's the self-talk. It's relentless. Why did I say that? What if they think I'm stupid? It's a loop of negativity that can drown out any confidence you might have. You start to believe those thoughts, and suddenly you're not just overthinking, you're spiraling into self-doubt. It's like having a constant critic in your head. And trust me, it's not a fun roommate to have. And let's talk about focus. Overthinking makes it nearly impossible to concentrate. You sit down to work, but your mind is racing through a million scenarios and you can't seem to grab hold of anyone. Thought relaxing? Forget it. The moment you try to unwind, your brain kicks into overdrive, replaying every awkward moment from the past week. It's maddening. Now let's shift gears to the physical side of things. Overthinking doesn't just mess with your mind, it takes a toll on your body too. Ever lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling while your mind races? That's insomnia, and it's a direct result of that mental chaos. Your body is tense, your muscles are tight, and you might even find yourself with a headache that just won't quit. And then there's the heart. When you're stuck in that overthinking cycle, your heart rate can spike. You might notice you're breathing shallowly, as if you're preparing for a fight, even when you're just sitting on the couch. It's like your body is in a constant state of alert, which is exhausting. Over time, this chronic overthinking raises your cortisol levels. That's the stress hormone, and when it's elevated for too long, it keeps your body in fight or flight mode. You're not just reacting to stress, you're living in it. It's like being on high alert all the time, and that's not sustainable. So what's the takeaway? Overthinking is a thief. It robs you of your peace, your confidence, and even your health. It's a cycle that can feel impossible to break, but recognizing its impact is the first step. You deserve to live without that mental clutter, to make decisions with clarity, and to find moments of true relaxation. It's time to reclaim your mind and your body from the grips of overthinking. Overthinking can feel like a relentless cycle, but breaking free is possible with some practical tools. Let's dive into 2 effective strategies that can help you manage those spiraling thoughts. First, let's talk about naming the pattern. When you catch yourself in that loop of overthinking, pause for a moment and label what you're experiencing. Say to yourself, this is rumination, or that's worry. By giving your thoughts a name, you create a bit of distance from them. It's like shining a light on a shadow. Suddenly, it doesn't seem as daunting. This simple act reactivates your rational brain, allowing you to step back and observe your thoughts instead of being consumed by them. It's a powerful way to regain control. Next up is the 3-minute rule. This one might sound a bit quirky, but trust me, it works. Set a timer for 3 minutes and give yourself permission to overthink as much as you want during that time. Let your mind race, explore every worry, and dive deep into those anxious thoughts. But here's the catch. Once the timer goes off, you have to stop. This boundary creates a sense of control over your thoughts, which can help calm your mind. It's like giving your brain a designated space to vent. And once that time is up, you can move on. These tools are just the beginning. Remember, you don't have to implement them all at once. Start with 1 or 2 that resonate with you. The key is to practice them consistently. Over time, you'll find that you're not just managing your overthinking, you're transforming it into a more constructive process. So take a deep breath and let's break that cycle together. Have you ever found yourself spiraling into a whirlwind of thoughts? You know those moments when your mind races and you can't seem to hit the brakes? I've been there too. That's why I want to share a simple yet powerful technique. The 3-minute rule. Here's how it works. Grab a timer and set it for 3 minutes. Sounds easy, right? But here's the catch. During those 3 minutes, you're allowed to overthink as much as you want. Let your mind run wild. Dive into every worry, every what if, and every scenario that's been nagging at you. It's your time to let it all out without any judgment. As the timer ticks down, you might find yourself thinking about that awkward conversation you had last week or stressing over an upcoming deadline. Embrace it. This is your moment to explore those thoughts fully. But here's the key. Once the timer goes off, you stop. You hit pause on that overthinking. Now, why does this work? It's all about boundaries. When you set a specific time to overthink, you're giving your brain a structure. It's like saying, okay, brain, You can have your fun for 3 minutes, but then we're done. This creates a sense of control, and when your brain feels in control, it calms down. You're not just spiraling aimlessly, you're channeling those thoughts into a defined space. After the timer goes off, take a deep breath. Reflect on what you just thought about. Was it really as big of a deal as you made it out to be? Often, you'll find that many of those worries are exaggerated or even irrational. You've given yourself permission to feel those feelings, but now it's time to let them go. This technique doesn't just help with anxiety, it can also boost your productivity. When you know you have a set time to think, you can focus better on the tasks at hand. You're not constantly distracted by nagging thoughts because you've already given them their moment in the spotlight. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, remember the 3-minute rule. Set that timer, let your thoughts flow, and then reclaim your peace of mind. It might sound silly, but it's a small practice that can lead to big changes in how you manage your thoughts and emotions. Give it a try and see how it transforms your day. I sit down with my journal, ready to tackle what's been swirling in my mind. Today's prompt: what am I afraid of? I start writing, and suddenly it feels like I'm lifting a weight off my chest. I realize I'm trying to control every little detail of my life, fearing the unknown. What's the worst that could happen? I jot down my fears, and they start to lose their power. I see them for what they are, just thoughts. The outcomes I dread. They're often unlikely. By putting pen to paper, I'm not just organizing chaos. I'm reclaiming my peace. I've noticed that when I'm stuck in my head, my thoughts just spiral. It's like a hamster wheel I can't escape. But here's the trick. Moving my body interrupts that loop. A quick walk, a call to a friend, or even tackling a small chore can shift my mindset. It's amazing how just changing my scenery or doing something simple can break the cycle of overthinking. Action sparks clarity. So next time you feel overwhelmed, get up, move, and watch how your perspective changes. It's all about those little moments of action that can lead to big breakthroughs. When life feels overwhelming, try the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding method to pull yourself back into the present. Start by noticing 5 things you can see around you. Maybe a plant, a picture, or the light coming through the window. Next, focus on 4 things. You can feel the texture of your clothes, the chair beneath you, or the warmth of your hands. Then listen for 3 things you can hear. Perhaps the hum of a fan, distant chatter, or birds outside. Now, take a moment to identify 2 things you can smell. Maybe coffee brewing or fresh air. Finally, savor 1 thing you can taste, like the lingering flavor of your last meal. Overthinking can drag us into the past or future, but grounding helps anchor us right here, right now. When I find myself stressing over something, I ask, will this matter in 5 years? It's a game changer. If the answer is no, then why waste my energy? Think about it. Those little annoyances, the fleeting drama, the pressure to impress, none of it is worth my time. Instead, I focus on what truly matters. My relationships, my passions, my growth. Life's too short to get bogged down by the trivial. So next time you feel overwhelmed, pause and ask yourself that question. It's liberating to let go of what won't last. In moments of chaos, remember to breathe deeply. Inhale peace. Exhale doubt. Overthinking can cloud our minds, but we have the power to choose clarity. Let go of what weighs you down. Trust yourself to move forward, even if the path seems uncertain. Rest when you need to, and take action when you're ready. Embrace the soft light of possibility that surrounds you. Each breath is a step toward a clearer mind and a more peaceful heart. Choose peace today and let it guide you toward your true self. If this helped you, consider sharing it with someone who tends to overthink. We all have those moments when our minds race, and it can be overwhelming. I'd love to hear your favorite tip for finding calm in the chaos, or maybe a strategy that's worked for you. Your insights could really make a difference for someone else. And remember, subscribing means you'll stay connected to more discussions on mental clarity, healing, and self-awareness. Let's keep supporting each other on this journey.